Hey everyone, Casualties of Gaming here, coming at you today with another video. Talking today about the Xanite Xbox and Xbox 360 emulator for Android. So, I'm having a hard time with this one. And I don't like throwing in with like everyone when you're dogpiling on someone. When it's not just. I think this is. So let's get into this. So we'll go to the GitHub page. So Xanite is an Xbox and Xbox 360 emulator for Android. Um, it claims this is the first emulator for Android. I can't honestly say off the top of my head whether or not that's true. If there has been some, there certainly hasn't been many. Even on PC, there certainly isn't the options for Xbox and Xbox 360 that you'd get for like PS2 or GameCube options, certainly. But they're making some bold claims here, so let's just kind of get into this. So we're starting out here with the 0.1 release. Just now, emulator alpha and just test UI, they will be fixed in 0.2 and working. So we got some broken English here, which isn't like the biggest deal in the world, in my opinion. But I was also in his Discord earlier and noticed that he didn't really seem to be speaking broken English. So maybe the translation in Discord is better than whatever he's using here. He might just be using Google Translate here. I'm not really sure. The very first Xbox emulator for Android is finally here. Weird. The broken English just stopped. Here's what you can expect from this release. You can now play classic Xbox games. So right off the bat, right here on Android, I'm gonna tell you, I have not downloaded this. I do have a phone that I could use for emulation. It's an older phone. It's a Motorola G Power, I think. It's decent for gaming. It's not the best, but it's certainly better than a lot of handheld emulators are. So I could test this, but I have not. I've scoured Reddit and stuff looking for people that that have had experience with this, and there was one game that people were reporting that was running at 1 FPS. The name's escaping me. I'll post it at the top. But other than that, I couldn't really see anything that anyone was getting to run. So right off the bat, at least with this release, this is a false claim here. We've built this for high performance, so the CPU GPU emulation mimics the original hardware. Games look better than ever thanks to open. So this version is optimized to run smoothly on a wide range of modern Android devices. Fix Android 14.15. So this is a very early release, so some games might crash. If you run into any issues, please report them on our GitHub page. So again, kind of right off the bat, some dubious claims, we'll say. Xanite is pre-concept emulator. This project emulates both original Xbox and Xbox 360 consoles on Android, supporting game ROMs in various formats. Support for the operating systems. Where are the specs? So here's your processors that this is supposedly compatible with. This is for original Xbox, by the way. 4 gigabytes of RAM minimum, 8 gigabytes recommended, 8 for the 360, and 12 recommended. I need to look at if I decide to put this on there. I need to look at that phone. I don't know if I would be able to run the Xbox 360. Maybe the Xbox. From what it sounds like, it doesn't really do much anyway. So it's got instructions on how to do it. I'll go ahead and put the I'll go ahead and put this GitHub in the description if you want to check it out. I wouldn't. They have a YouTube page, or YouTube page. They have a YouTube channel. I think this is a little misleading. It sort of implies that what you're seeing here is like actual games running on the emulator, and it doesn't really. All the links are here, and there's nothing else. This is due to hacking or someone assuming another identity. That's weird. I did not read the description before I just watched this video. So yeah, it's just some games playing. maybe on original hardware, maybe emulated on PC. It sort of implies that this is, running on the emulator, which it doesn't really uh, actually say. But that's kind of besides the point. They have a Patreon. You can sign up for $5 a month. Honestly, I'd be a little weary about doing that. Oh no, okay. Maybe that was just donation. So 2, 10, and 25. Jesus. Um, so other than a supporting role in the Discord, you don't really get anything. So yeah, if you're gonna do that, kind of like do that at your own risk. Here's what I was looking at earlier as far as the uh the Reddit stuff goes. Yeah, so here's the owner. As I said, any comments about Xanite before release banned. So I assume this thing released, I think, yesterday, technically. So it probably got something to do with that. I didn't see that comment when I was in his Discord earlier, but I wanted to make people kind of aware of this. Just because it seems really shady. There's not. I honestly don't know what more I can say. Because there's not really a ton to talk about because it's not. I don't know. I guess this is just a warning. If you're going to support this, like, kind of do it at your own risk, in my opinion. I don't really have a whole lot else to say other than that. They're making a lot of bold claims, and there's not. I understand the way that emulators work and your really early releases and whatnot, but there's just not. There's not a lot here, and there's not like they've got their YouTube page. And there's just so I'll tell you what. If the owner of the emulator sees this, I didn't watch this trailer. If the owner of the emulator actually sees this, if you're gonna do trailers like this, show this shit running on an actual cell phone. Because you haven't shown anything really. And the first trailer was old enough where it's certainly not anything running in anything that you've built. Given what the point one release has been. So yeah, this is just kind of a warning, making you aware of this. I'll be keeping an eye on this, and if there's any like developments at all to talk about, I will certainly be doing that. But as it stands, I think I'll probably be making a video at some point about this failing, and then that'll be that. Anyway, I've been Casualties Gaming, and I will talk to you later.